Now, if you've played Hyperscape or you even saw my video on it, oh humble me, then you're probably left asking the same question. What is Ubisoft's upcoming game Project U or Pathfinder, and more importantly, is it real and when is it coming? I've done tons and tons of research looking for anything, scraps of data, and though I didn't get what I came here for, I found something else. Buckle in, dear viewer, we're in for an adventure. Don't forget to subscribe. The evolution of video games is definitely something entertaining to watch and study, to say the very least. And as we've gone down this path of ups and downs, there's been a recurring theme. It's always been there, but especially these days, it's becoming more and more popular. The declension of quality. On top of all video games these days sharing the same level of quality as a brand new PS5 you ordered for $4.99 at wish.com, it almost seems as if the AAA companies behind these games aren't doing anything to help. Ubisoft is no different. A couple of years ago, the industry standard for Battle Royale was set, and every big company out there needed to cast their lots and try their luck at a Battle Royale game. While some were and are better off than others, everybody was trying it, and when Ubisoft stepped in to try their luck, we got Hyperscape. Now, this is a game that actually brought something relatively new and fresh to the whole BR thing. It's like stepping out of the bathroom after taking the longest and, well, stinkiest number 2 ever laid on the continent. A breath of fresh air. Though Hyperscape was somewhat good at setting itself apart from the other battle royales around it, it was sadly shut down not even 2 years later. If you're interested, I have a video on it, just saying. But don't leave yet, we just set the stage. Not even before Hyperscape was shut down, multiple sources had blown Ubisoft's cover and announced an upcoming secret game in development. Project U. No, it's not the letter U, it's not... Whatever. It was later confirmed by Ubisoft that Project U was a real thing and it was in the making, its placeholder name being Pathfinder. No release date was ever mentioned, but that's expected. They were still very early in the video game making process. It was also confirmed, however, that this elusive Project U was a battle royale. Not only did Ubisoft cast their dice and try their luck in making a battle royale, they shut down that battle royale and announced that they were making another one before the first one was even gone. Understandably, a lot of people had very mixed feelings about this. When I mentioned that the industry standard for BRs was set, aka free to play and other stuff, whatever, just watch one of my videos, talk about it a million times. That specific time period would have been the best for making a battle royale. The 3 biggest BRs we've got these days were all pretty much made in that time period, though they've all had their ups and their downs, and though some companies make decisions and choices that would be found in a dictionary under the word dumb, EA, I'm kind of talking to you here, they're still here today because they were the first to the party. And many other reasons. I'm not just saying that they're popular because they're first, though it's kind of half of what I'm saying. Okay, we're sidetracked. What I am trying to say is, now would be a terrible time to make a VR. The infinitely changing sea that is interest in video games have washed away, leaving the biggest and the best standing. Battle Royale is no longer a rich and friendly environment. Most of the people that would be playing Pathfinder would be Hyperscape enthusiasts, but here's where it all goes south. Pathfinder is a game that's visually leaning more toward Fortnite than anything else. The complete opposite of Hyperscape. Wonderful. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, I'm going to take a little detour and change lanes here. Is Project U or Pathfinder really a thing? You can call me a crazy conspiracy theorist, but hear me out. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I put a lot of time and research into this topic, and I know that it's still very early in the development stages, but it's all still very mysterious. Oh my goodness, sorry. Hey Harry, it's Harry Potter. How's it all going? Oh, Voldemort is coming back? That sucks. Oh, you have a message for the viewers. Oh, subscribing is the only way to stop them? Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, you have a good one. Yeah. You're gonna poison my food? Well, okay, that sucks. Okay. I'm not taking you serious? No, I'm not. I'm actually not. Okay, well, I'll see you around. Yeah, okay. Just subscribe. Gaming insider Tom Henderson blew the horn and announced on April 5th, 10:00... Wait a second. You know what? I need to change settings really quickly. You know what I mean? April 5th, 10:06 a.m., 2022. Ubisoft is up to something, and it actually looks good. According to our good old friend Tom, Pathfinder, named still placeholder, might actually be a good game. With a change in visual style and a similar concept, it looks as if they're combining what worked for them before with Hyperscape and kinda what worked for Fortnite. Kinda. Now the big problem with the whole visual change is that they're appealing to a completely different audience. So to be clear of the whole situation, Ubisoft makes Hyperscape years after the whole BR thing was mega popular. Then they shut it down. But before it's gone, they announced that they're making another BR, and according to the sources responsible for these leaks, that BR could actually be decent, even though all the odds are stacked against it. While we can't say for sure, we can look at the feedback from the fans of not only Hyperscape, but tons of other Ubisoft games and other companies, shall we? Spaceman Jupiter announces from the top of the comments, "There is only room for 1 or 2 major BR games in this industry, and I'm super glad that is the case. The concept has always been trash in my opinion, and only so many people are willing to put up with it, mostly Gen Zers with the attention span of a bird. Even if the games are well designed, there is only enough room for very few of them to exist. I hope they die a miserable, fadful death." I don't really know what happened there at the end, but Neon Panda commented something that I believe very nicely sums up this whole situation. They closed their BR Hyperscape to immediately reopen some other one? ... Really Big Mistake starts an interesting thread with, "I can't wait for this to fail so we can all laugh. Cannot forgive to what was done to Ghost Recon. I miss Gra." Husker replies to Really Big Mistake with the bold words, "I guess Ubisoft making Gra 3 is just as likely as DICE making Bad Company 3. They both just ignore their fanbase completely." I actually do agree with that last one, honestly. I feel like most companies these days just turn off their notifications, am I right? And then Hermione Granger, interesting place to find you, stands up and says, "I agree. The idiots at Ubisoft ruined Ghost Recon, and now they're doing Ghost Recon mobile games. I am not sure Ghost Recon brand will ever recover from the damage." Not only is it strange that Hermione is a Ghost Recon fan, but barely any of that was properly punctuated. I'm starting to think that isn't Hermione. Memeology uploads a gift of, well, so funny, this gift is, that Husker even made a reply with a laughing, crying emoji. With the power of dark magic, Battle 7 predicts the future of his speech. And it's failed. If you thought Hermione Granger was out of the picture, then, well, you were terribly wrong. She makes her second appearance with, "It's good to hear that this will be their last, since it's gonna fail yet again. We will not see more of these Battle Royale stinkers from Ubisoft." Oh my god. Ubisoft is a proper noun. It's not... I think I've lost all faith in the possibility of magic. Giggling Stoner, Slackaveli, Love Lake, 4090 Gang, and Ryden Black are all teaming up on this one, I'm convinced. Cringe Cash Grabs, try saying that 5 times fast, meh and meh again. So that's the fans' feedback. Hooray. I hope that sums up the situation somewhat decently. This whole thing is a mess, and I really don't see any logical decisions made here on Ubisoft's part other than the possibility that they learn from their mistakes and are trying to make up for it. I'll be standing by and waiting for any other news on the topic, and will definitely be keeping you guys updated. Feel free to check out my other video on Hyperscape to see that whole situation and what happened there. Pathfinder looks like it's happening, but I haven't been able to find anything other than the original leak of information and maybe 1 or 2 articles talking about how Ubisoft confirms this, which makes me even more suspicious about this whole situation. Which must mean that it's all super early in the making, or it's a fake to keep people interested in Ubisoft. I mean, it's not completely out of the picture. I love you guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and remember, life is short, play great games. In the infinitely changing sea that is interest in video games, each game must set itself apart from the others to stand out. Games that stand out get popular, and maybe even stay popular. Now, when we narrow it down to a more specific genre, we get an expansive field of games all trying to stand out. In Battle Royale,